from 2 matches. Later on you'll hear Ross Vernon, JB here at Molineux, where I'm going to be in about just less than 10 minutes time going to be giving you full match commentary on Wolves against Chelsea. A win for Wolves would take them up to 9th. A win for Chelsea would take them joint top, and if they have a better goal difference at the end of the night, if they win by more than 2 or 3 clear goals, they will be top on goal difference. So a lot of incentive for Frank Lampard's men after a defeated Everton last week on Saturday to really go up there. Also later on we've got full match commentary with Russ Vernon. He's going to be with us at the City of Manchester Stadium at 8 o'clock. We'll be on the air at 5 to 8. We're going to be doing 2 separate programmes. We're going to be doing commentary on this one first with myself, and then I'm going to still be here presenting from Molineux as we do Manchester City against West Brom. Also, would you believe it, Wolves as rivals. So we're just waiting for the emergence of the 2 teams from the thing. There's no fans in tonight, like there will be at Manchester City a bit later on, but I'm sure there'll be a good match in prospect here. Let me give you the 2 lineups then. First of all, we'll give you Wolves' lineup with Patricio in goal, Willy Boly, Conor Cody the captain, and Saiss the back 3. Then it's Nelson Semedo, Leandro Dendoncker, Ruben Neves, Martial, Neto, Fabio Silva and Daniel Prodence. On the bench for Wolves, John Ruddy, Hoover, Aitan Nori, Vitana, Traore, Kilman and Otazoe. For Chelsea, we line up with Mendy, preferred to Kappa in goal, James, Zuma, Thiago Silva and Chilwell. Thiago captains the side, and then it's Kai Havertz, who really hasn't blossomed yet in English football, still trying to come to terms with the pace of the game. N'Golo Kante, who's been seen it, done it, got the t-shirt, won numerous championships and trophies at Leicester and at Chelsea and Leicester before that. Then young Mason Mount, Christian Pulisic starts as well, Olivier Giroud and Timo Werner, the main man up front. On the bench, a very strong Chelsea bench, it must be said. Kepa Arrizabalaga, Antonio Rudiger, Jorginho, Tammy Abraham, Kovacic, young Scott Billy Gilmore, who looks a real prospect. I've seen him a couple of times and he looks a real handful, looks a real prospect there. And club captain Cesar Azpilicueta. The referee tonight is Stuart Atwell from Manchester. We're just awaiting the 2 lineups here at Molineux. Don't forget, we've got Russ Vernon coming up at about 8 o'clock. The lights are flashing here at a very almost deserted Molineux. There's commentators, there's commentary boxes and all sorts here, but the seats are empty because Wolverhampton at the moment, the West Midlands are in tier 3 of the national lockdown restrictions at the moment. The ridiculous tier system that the government have got on at the moment. Out of darkness cometh light is one of the banners I can see away to my left hand side, and I think this will be a really good game here tonight. I really do. And it was really sad that the supporters aren't in the ground. I mean, I remember being at Molineux last year for a post-Christmas match between Wolves and Manchester City, and the atmosphere that the fans created that night was just something special. Wolves lying 13th, Chelsea 5th, but could go top on goal difference with a big win tonight. It's very tight at the top and very tight near the bottom of the end, but they've got 17 points, so win would take them on to 20 points, so it would take them actually, I think, above Manchester City, although Manchester City will play in just a second or two. I've just seen the Wolves players in the tunnel. And of course, there's we're going to try and get expert views from Mark Clattenburg if there's any controversial decisions as much as we can. But it's all set up for what should be a really good game of football here tonight. Mike, who I appeared, if you haven't seen haven't seen him last night, haven't seen his show last night, please give that a watch if you can. Just having 1 or 2 technical problems from the television people, and everything's smooth as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I think it's from there, to be quite honest. So we give it it's their end, I think, not mine. So I can't really blame my technical boys, but we'll keep going with that. Thank you, Mike. It's always a pleasure to do these sorts of things, and we always enjoy it there, as the teams should be emerging from the tunnel very, very soon here at Molineux, one of the famous grounds of English football. Was the first, whilst I'm on the subject of Molineux as a football ground, as Wolves come out there, they were the first English team to have floodlights installed back in the 1950s, and they played a very famous midweek friendly match with Honved, the Hungarian side. So that just shows how they were always ahead there. I think Mike's going through a 3-0 Wolves win. So let's have a look at that Wolves side again. If in case you missed it at the start, Rui Patricio starts in goal. Then a back, and then it's Willy Bolly, Conor Cody, Romain Saiz, Nelson Semedo, Leandro Dendonca, Ruben Neves, Martial, Pedro Neto, Fabio Silva and Daniel Prodence. They will play a 3 at the back, 4 in the midfield with Semedo on the right and Martial on the left. 3-0 Chelsea, what he says. And a very good front three of Neto, Prodence and Fabio Silva. Let's have a look at the Chelsea 11. They're going 4-3-3 with Edouard Mendy in goal. Back four of Reece James, Kurt Zouma, Thiago Silva, the captain, and Ben Chilwell, former Leicester player. Then in the midfield, you've got Kai Havertz, N'Golo Kante, and Mason Mount. And then Werner, Giroud, the main central striker, and Pulisic will play on the left-hand side. Right, let's check the two benches very quickly as Frank Lampard makes his way to his seat. We've got for you John Ruddy for Wolves, John Ruddy, Huver, Aitanori, Ritana, Traore, Kilman and Otazawi. For Chelsea, Kepa, Arrizabalaga, Antonio Rudiger, Jorginho, Tammy Abraham, Kovacic, Gilmore and Azpilicueta. The referee tonight comes from Manchester. That's Stuart Atwell. His two assistants, Mark Perry and James Mannering. That's a famous name. That brings back a few memories. Don't tell it, Pike. Fourth official tonight is Chris Kavanagh. The VAR people tonight at Stockley Park. VAR referee Michael Oliver. And his assistant VAR man Stuart Burt. Thiago Silva and Conor Cody present at the coin toss, being conducted by referee Stuart Atwell, who's a FIFA official, of course, a FIFA approved referee. There he is. There's his two linesmen, Mr. Perry and Mr. Mannering. Don't tell him, Pike. Mr. Mannering will be working on the near side, Mr. Perry on the far. As we're all set to go at a pretty deserted Molineux, apart from players, officials from Wolves and a few from Chelsea, of course, and commentators and all that sort of thing. And there we go. We had a horse called Dump Talon Pike. A racehorse, yeah. And it's going to be Wolves, going to be Chelsea, in fact, to kick off in their blue shirts. Both sides, incidentally, in traditional colours this evening. And I think we're going to see how good the strength in the Wolves pack is going to be here tonight. Will they perform to their potential here, or will Chelsea hit Wolves like Mike predicts? They might hit 3 tonight. This is the first of 2 live matches on the JB Sports YouTube channel. We've got coming up for you later with Russ Vernon. We've got coming up with you later on with Russ Vernon, Manchester City against West Brom. And now, as the teams prepare to kick off here at Molineux, we've got Chelsea kicking off against Wolverhampton Wanderers. What a game this promises to be. And Russ, already installed at the City of Manchester Stadium, just going through his final preparations, is up and running now. As the ball is knocked forward once more, and then the ball back to the goalkeeper. And now a chance here for Wolves to try and get forward. They lost 1-0 here on Saturday to Aston Villa. It was a late goal from Villa that won it. And incidentally, Burnley goal to Aston Villa. I've just about recovered actually from a couple of nights ago, where as you saw on, or as you heard on this channel, very, very good late victory there for for Burnley when we pinched a 1-0 win over Arsenal. Sorry, Mike, sorry, Mike, to keep reminding you of that, but there we go. They're just having 1 or 2 hitches there. That's Amazon Prime's fault, not ours. But Wolves in the old gold with black, and here they are now. Conor Cody hitting a long ball forward up towards the far side, and the ball back to Rui Patricio. There's Nuno Espirito Santo. He's lost 2 key players. He lost 2 key players in the summer. They lost Matt Doherty, of course, to Tottenham, and he's really prospered under Jose Mourinho this season, Doherty. And of course they lost Diego Jota to Liverpool, although Jurgen Klopp's going to be without him for a long period of time now, because he got injured the other day at Fulham. So that's going to be a bit of a setback for Liverpool, but very tight at the top of the Premier League. Spurs at the moment currently leading the league with a win for Chelsea tonight, and a good one, a 2-0, 3-0 win. Well, it will put them on top on goal difference from Spurs. Liverpool and with Manchester City down in 9th at the top at the moment. It is tight at the bottom as well. Here's Neto on the chase on the near side here for Wolves. Neto, he's got young Fabio Silva. He's only about 19 years old. Fabio Silva signed for Wolves for the money that they got for the likes of Jota and Doherty. Daniel Prudence is a very good player as well. Plenty of European experience he brings to the table from Olympiacos. Scored the decisive goal when they played Burnley over 2 legs. Burnley were robbed in the first leg at Greece, but there was nothing wrong with the second game at Turf Moor. Burnley gave it their best shot, but Daniel Prudence just had that bit of quality on the night to make it absolute for the Greek side. But he's got big game experience, Daniel Prudence. Played in Champions League level, he's played at Europa League level, so he knows what all this hullabaloo is all about. Here's number 22 on the ball, Nelson Semedo. Portuguese international, plays it in there, gets the ball back. Semedo now running forward. Semedo gets the shot in, and it deflects, and it's a corner. Remember, Chelsea looking to bounce back after an horrendous defeat to Everton on Saturday tea time, which we were due to cover, but we had technical hitches. Hopefully we won't get anything like that tonight, as the ball deflected off the defender and behind for the first corner. We've had about 3.5 minutes of the first half here on JB Sports. First of 2 live commentaries from the Premier League. This is the first one, Man City West Brom, to come at 8 o'clock as the corner comes in towards the far side. Header 1, and it's well wide in the end. I couldn't tell who it was there, or I'll have to check the number on the back of his shirt there, but we'll find out by replay, I'm sure. But Wolves there, it was Saiz in fact that got the header in. So a couple of nice early opportunities there for Wolves, but no pressure on the Chelsea goal at the moment for Frank Lampard to worry about at the moment. As Chilwell now comes forward down the far side, Wolves attacking the goal to my left, Chelsea to the right. And here is Kurt Zuma now. Really made that centre back spot his own. He had a couple of years when Mourinho left where he was out of favour with the likes of Antonio Conte and all that jazz. But he's done very well for himself there. I've kept my words out tonight. But a great atmosphere that's got to be built. Now Nelson Semedo, one of those terrific players that really do shine. Really does shine. Portuguese international, European Championships winner as well. He knows what the whole hullabaloo of top level football's all about. Conor Cody, here he is now on the ball, midway inside his own half. The ball spreaded back, and now Saiz gets the ball forward, and the ball flick round the corner. Well, they have trial. Well, as far as Wolves' benches are concerned, it's not the most strong bench. The only player that stands out on the bench, really, apart from John Ruddy, that is Adama Traore. Obviously, he's got to rotate the squad. 3 games in as many days inside a week. 3 games inside a week is going to be very, very time consuming. It's going to be a packed schedule. Every manager will have the same problems as the next manager in the Premier League, not just in the Premier League, but down the leagues as well. I feel sorry for those at the lower levels. Your hashtag United who've got to play like 3 games in a week, as Cody tries an ambitious, we say, right foot effort from about 30 yards, which goes well wide of the far right hand upright, and a goal kick for Chelsea. But good start from Wolves, looking very positive, plenty of spirit. You'd expect that at Molineux. They are usually quite fearless at this ground, supporters or no supporters, but it's certainly a game that would have graced supporters and would have got the supporters right up for it. With Chelsea in town, anything could happen. Anyway, here's Reece James on the right hand side for Chelsea. A little chip in there, that should be Patricio's, and does well. And he had 2 players, one from Wolves, which was Willie Bowie, who he collided with, and another Chelsea man, I think, there as well. So all's well that ends well, but Willie Bowie just to come off the worst of it there. He's a strong man. There was also I'm just trying to think who was the other Chelsea player. It was Christian Pulisic, actually. The ball was played in towards, but yeah, I mean, Patricio there showed some great angling as he collided into Willie Bowie there. Could have lost the ball, and that could have been a bit of a catastrophe there for Wolves, but good experienced goalkeeper. He's handling not too shabby at the moment. 7 and a bit minutes gone, almost 7.5 minutes here played at Molineux, the first of 2 live matches. We've got Russ coming up at 8 o'clock live on JB Sports with Manchester City against West Brom, and here with myself, JB, we're at Molineux for a big game for both sides. Wolves would love to get into the top half of the table. They could go as far as, I think, 8th or 9th tonight with a good win tonight. Chelsea will go top with a big win themselves. On goal difference from Tottenham as Mendy gets the attempted through ball there. Looking for Silva. That's Fabio Silva, the young man they got. No, if you're wondering where Martinho is, he got sent off against Aston Villa at the weekend in that melee, and as a result is suspended for tonight's match, which is a bit of a blow really for Wolves, because he's a very big influence in that midfield area, and sort of the guy that Wolves will look to for him to make things really tick for them. This is Reece James on the near side, plays a 1-2 there with Thibaut Burnley, who's just dropped a little bit deeper there, the Chelsea striker, side from Red Bull Leipzig for some £80 million. Well, Frank Lampard's first season was all about consolidation and getting a good team effort going. He didn't have much resources, obviously, with the transfer ban, but he achieved the top 4 on practically spending no money. But he's had a carte blanche in terms of budget, and when I mean carte blanche, and nearly £300 million of it that he spent on new talent. And at the moment, it's bearing fruit. And if they can get a good win tonight, they were on an unbeaten record run of a number of games, about 10 games before they crashed at Everton on Saturday. So, and there's enough about Chelsea. They've comfortably done well in the Champions League. They've done absolutely superbly, as the ball is now bedded in once more. And the cross comes in there and headed away there by Conor Cody. Still 0-0 if you've just joined us here at Molineux. We're just coming up to 9.5 minutes going at the moment, and Chelsea are back in possession. And Kai Havertz involved again. Just having one of the old things slowing down a little bit. We're just going to persevere with this at the moment. Don't forget the comment section, please, ladies and gents. Keep your comments clean. We do have youngsters that do watch along, do listen to us, so please keep your comments very much tasteful if you can, and hopefully we'll get back. Just having Amazon Prime just having 1 or 2 technical issues, but hopefully those snags will be ironed out within a few moments. And indeed, we should be back with the action in just a second or two. At the moment, it doesn't look as if we're going anywhere as yet, and Amazon Prime now of all things are letting us down. Well, we're back running now. Well, we were back running for a second or two, but now they've stopped again. Well, things just going a little bit slower. Our moving pictures are going so slow here. It's unbelievable. It's not like at the moment they're just buffering a bit, which is not helping with the commentary. So we're just going to keep going with it. I mean, we've done. There's nothing at the moment going on at the moment, so don't worry, folks. You're not missing anything at the moment. We're just trying to sort out our technical people, trying to work out what's going on with the Amazon Prime. As soon as we get back with the game, we'll continue the commentary. Our last few games has been littered with all sorts of errors. I'm not sure I can blame my technical folks. I think it's from the television side's end. The problem when you get the monitors on here, it's very difficult. Hopefully we'll be back with you now in just a tick. So no, by the way, and still having problems. I'm not getting anything coming up on my screen here, which is a little frustrating here, because we've promised this to you, and I think we've got it now. We've got it at the right speed as well, so that's brilliant. No goals yet, as far as I can make out, and we're into the 13th minute. 13 minutes now, almost played, and still 0-0 here. Hopefully it'll be running a little bit smoothly now, as Sias plays the ball now to Connor-Cody. Connor-Cody gets the ball forward. It's a little bit slow tonight. I don't know what's causing it to go a little slow tonight. Also, we've got actual stats at the moment. We come up towards 13.5 minutes gone in the first half. We're still having one or two technical problems with this, and it's I don't know about you guys that are watching the game and listening to the commentary at home. Is it actually slowing really down? Because what I can see, it buffers and then slows down, and buffers and then slows down, and I just don't understand why it could be. But just looking at one or two statistics at the moment on my monitor, which we can fall back on at the moment. As I say, we're having one or two difficulties at the moment. I'd like to know what is going on at the moment, but we'll come back to that in just a second. The ball knocked back. I think there's I know what's happened. I don't think it's slowed down. I think what's happened is my laptop has done a funny turn. So we're just going to fix that for a second. I don't think it was anything wrong with the stream, as it turns out. But yeah, Wolves really struggling at the moment, because they were sadly expected to do well. They've got all this money behind them. They've got strong links with Cristiano Ronaldo's agent as well. But obviously they can't afford Ronaldo's wages at the moment, so they have to somebody. I don't know whose timed you out there, Mike. No, and you haven't said anything wrong to me. Well, whoever's timed Mike out, time him back in, please. He's done nothing there. He hasn't swore or anything like that. He's been very clean in his comments, actually. Anyway, we're back live and we're up and running again. So let's just get Mike out of the spin, please, as the ball is whipped in there towards the penalty area by Ruben Neves, and the ball headed back by Reece James to the goalkeeper. Oh, Clarence, please, can you time him back in? Can you put Mike back in, please, Clarence? He didn't do anything wrong. I put you in as a moderator, but please don't take him. Please don't take the job too seriously. Anyway, here's James. I do apologise, Mike, for that, and we'll look to time you back in. Can you time him back in and let him go, because he's done nothing wrong there. Mike's one of my better. Mike's also a moderator, and he knows the rules. So I just want, if you're listening, Clarence, please put him back in the chat. Please put him back into the chat. So, as we come up towards 16-17 minutes of the first half here at Molineux, Wolves 0, Chelsea 0. First of 2 live matches here on the JB Sports YouTube channel. Come on, keep subscribing, keep listening, keep watching, folks. We are live. The viewership was a little down, and I'm still recovering from Burnley's fantastic result at Arsenal. But it'll all be for nothing if well, we're just looking at stat here. Fewest first half goals this season: Sheffield United 3, Newcastle 3, Burnley 4. Wolves, I think, have only scored 5 this season, which I think is really appalling, really, from a team of their standards. But I think they're a better second half team statistically. I mean, they've gained 17 points this season, which is not a bad start, but 13th, I'm not sure whether they would have wanted to be in that position at that point, to be quite honest. But there you go. That's football for you, as Kai Havertz holds the ball up on halfway. Hopefully Mike will be timed back in and get back with us. I'm very sorry, Mike. Clarence, I put you as a moderator, but don't take the job too seriously. I'll tell you when to do what to do. If I see something that's wrong, I will say so. No comments from Mike have been offensive or have been rude. They've been very, very good. So as I say, Mike, I can only apologise for what happened there. And now we've found out who the culprit is, I'm going to try and time you back in as well, as the ball comes in and it's knocked away once more. And the ball out of play. And we're having 1 or 2 incidents again with the stream. I think Amazon Prime need to look at their videos, because honestly, we've played 18 minutes and we've got we've had real problems at the moment, and it's Amazon's fault, not ours, which is sad. And I'm going to try and get and free kick has been given while we were away. In fact, it's a corner back to Chelsea, and here it comes now from the right hand side into the area. Header 1 and over onto the roof of the net. Olivier Giroud with a header just over the top. And Frank Lampard's just seeing things there. No. Don't worry, you're not missing any of the action. As Wolves come forward again. I said, I'm very sorry about that, Mike, if you are watching. Clarence will get an earful from me a bit later on, because that, I get these moderators in, and I do it out of trust. I just want to make it clear that Mike has been a regular contributor to my channel for over the last 3 years, and he's also commentated for me. So you're actually, Clarence, so you're actually annoying one of my commentary team, which is not very good. Anyway, here's let's just get back to the game for a second as Martial gets the ball forward. We played just over 21.5 minutes of the first half, in case you were wondering where we were. And here we go again. So here we go once more as the ball played back in there, and a chance there. Good shot on the, good snapshot there with the left foot from Neto, and a very good save from Mendy. Just bounced in front of him a little bit there, the Chelsea goalkeeper, and actually he did very, very well. That was a viciously hit shot, and it might have been creeping in that left-hand post as well, which made the save really good. But Mendy has dispossessed Arrizabalaga of the goalkeeper's spot as the ball comes in from Martial, and then the ball knocked back in again, cleared away by Chelsea. Then hooked in again with compliments by Semedo. Then Neves tries a spectacular 35-yard right-footed attempt, which goes straight into the arms and the midriff of Mendy, the goalkeeper for Chelsea. Still 0-0 if you just joined us. Giroud has just missed a glaring opportunity from a corner for Chelsea. Wolves have had a few speculative long-range shots thus far, but nothing to show for it at the moment. As Werner has position on the near side, the ball hit a touch and it's out for a throw-in. And it's taken quickly, and here goes Neto on the run. Neto to the byline. Neto's cross gets a slight deflection. Might still break here for Wolves, but Kante was back inside the penalty area to get it away for Chelsea. Then Kovacic gets it back to Chilwell, but he's been dispossessed here, and Wolves now showing a little bit of what we saw of them last year. You know, giving up lost causes and things like that. I do apologise if you're watching a minute ahead of me, and I'm sorry, and I just want to apologise, Mike. You know, it is very frustrating. I mean, you did nothing wrong. That's the top and bottom of it, and Clarence will be spoken to when I'm off air. That is for sure. As the ball is played in there, Giroud gets the ball away and hooked away there by Neves. And once again, I mean, we're encountering these problems. I don't know what's going on at the moment with the stream at the moment, but it just seems to keep stopping and starting every 2 minutes, and we'll try and sort it all out for the second half for you. But at the moment, it's still 0-0. Well, hopefully during the half time in the City game, we'll bring you interviews from the two protagonists, two managers as well, during the half time interval in our second live match, which you can hear with us from about 5 to 8 tonight. The loose ball there picked up by Werner, who's got it on the halfway line. It's just taken up a bit of a deeper position. 25 minutes of the first half gone. Kai Havertz now has it midway inside the Wolves half. Chelsea attacking the goal to my right. The Sir Jack Hayward stand, named after the former Wolves chairman whose money built this magnificent stadium that we're sitting in this evening. Shame there's no fans allowed inside the ground. Would have graced a full house of 30,000 as the ball knocked back from the far side by Mason Mount, but Wolves scramble it out for a throw-in. With Chelsea, we've had just over 25 minutes of the first half and still 0-0 here. If you've just joined us on JB Sports, live Premier League commentary, supposed to be first ever 2-bomber this evening, but we're still having but at the moment there's still technical problems with Amazon Prime now. It's very disappointing, really. You know, we go into these games thinking, okay, what can we do better, and then this happens. So it is a bit of a frustration at the moment, and I would like to know what why this has happened, and we'll try and what we might do is try and fix it at half time while we're off for 10 minutes, but we'll persevere with the whole thing until the whole situation until half time. And I've just seen from the reviews it's not looking very good. I don't know what they've done wrong since the last covered football, but Amazon Prime, when they had all these Premier League matches, but at the moment it's not looking good. Fixtures tomorrow, we'll have probably one of them live. They're all, I think, 5 PM kickoffs or 6 PM kickoffs, I can't see. Some of them are 5 o'clock games, so we'll have a 5 o'clock match for you tomorrow night, and then after that tune to Trevor's channel. 6 o'clock games, we'll tune to Trevor's channel, and then on Thursday there's Burnley, and we'll hopefully have Sheffield United, Manchester United for you up at 7:45 with an 8 o'clock kickoff at Bramall. So that's our main match, and I might be watching elsewhere the Burnley game. My brother's going to be we're watching with family on that thing, and then we'll have Sheffield United live as well. Hopefully we'll get Trevor on board as well to do some of the commentary and do that as well. So 0-0, as you know, is the score, and here comes Reece James, but it's intercepted here. Oh, Prudence nearly got there, but here comes Neto now for Wolves. Neto on the far side, number 7, goes down the left hand side. Neto, head down. He's got 2 in old goal waiting in the middle, but his cross was a very, very appalling one at the end, and in the end Chelsea were able to scramble it out and to safety here. Mason Mount midway side, his own half, plays it back to the Brazilian Thiago Silva, signed from PSG during the close season in August. And here's Timo Werner onto Christian Pulisic, but the ball is hooked away. Now Ruben Neves takes position, gets a lovely 40-50 yard ball for Neto to chase. Can he keep it in play? The answer is yes, he can, but he's a little bit isolated, needs support, so he's had to go backwards to Martial, and it goes inside to Neves. Back to Neves once again, and here's Prudence again, gets it out to the far side this time. Dendoncker keeps possession, still 0-0 if you've just joined us here on JB Sports. Well, he had the 1-0 thus far. That was down at Brighton at the Amex Stadium when Brighton and Burnley drew 0-0 in a very, frankly, disappointing match. And a free kick is going to be given there to Wolves. Foul on Fabio Silva by Kurt Zouma, or N'Golo Kante, I should say. This is the challenge again. Ball had gone. Kante clattered into him. Absolutely no problems at all. I think the referee was dead right, Stuart Atwell, on that occasion. 29 minutes gone. We're coming up towards the final 15 minutes of the first half here, plus any stoppage time. And here comes the free kick into the penalty area, but Chelsea had sufficient blue shirts back, but it's knocked in there by Dendoncker into the danger zone. And now Neto gets it out on the right hand side, and or rather it's Saiz, sorry, keeps it in on that side. Here's Prudence. Oh, nice ball around the corner. Neto cross deflects. It's a corner. It's a corner on the near side for Wolves. Hit Thiago Silva and flew behind. I'm going to take another sip of Coca-Cola here. Wolves' third corner. Chelsea have had 2. 5 corners in all in this first half, but tellingly the scoreboard reads Wolves 0, Chelsea 0. Neto has gone short here, and the ball is knocked back here. This could be a really interesting moment. Dendoncker trying the shot, or rather Semedo, sorry, trying a right-footed shot, and it's gone over the top and into the stand. We've had half an hour gone. Wolves 0, Chelsea 0 here live on JB Sports as Nuno Santo tries to warm up a little bit. It's cold weather, not for the faint-hearted. It's been miserable, it's been wet, it's been raining at times today. Sat up in this commentary box, it is a little bit chilly. And we'll be having a bovril at half time if the kiosk is selling, but I don't think they will have. I made up a flask of Oxo, so I can be able to drink that during the half time interval here at Molineux, where the score remains Wolves 0, Chelsea 0 here at in Wolverhampton. Wolves, in fact, the first team ever in English football history to win all 4 divisions of the Football League. And one of the founder members of the Football League way back in 1888, Chelsea, have got a free kick while I'm talking about that. Kurt Zuma and co can come forward for that. Looks like Chilwell's going to take it on the far side. Stuart Atwell just having a little bit of a chat with him there, as the free kick will be prepared to be peppered into the penalty area. Don't know if you've just joined us late here. Here comes the free kick from Chilwell, and it goes into the penalty area. Giroud was in there, and then Werner's shot hit Nelson Semedo, and it bounced away. Well, that's the best we've seen, really. Now, what's the referee giving here? I wonder if he's seen something we haven't. Well, there was a little bit of pushing and shoving, more on Connor Cody than anybody else. And I'll be amazed if there's been a penalty given against Wolves here. Handball, but if you see that, I'm not convinced that's a handball, because firstly Giroud is barging into him. Yeah, I didn't think it was. Michael Oliver just checking it out, but I mean, if that had been a penalty, then I would have packed the game up and stormed off air, because that was never a penalty, because Giroud was holding Connor Cody back. So what could Connor Cody do, really? It you know, it does boggle the mind, folks, when I mean, we've seen so many calamitous VAR decisions this season. It does boggle the mind. Possession, incidentally, they nearly pulled off me mic there. 43% to Wolves, 57% Chelsea. Do apologise there. We almost pulled the commentary stuff down. We've got very tight facilities here at Molineux. Not enough space to work into for all your gear and everything. And people just pulling on the wires and stuff. Occupational hazard when you go to commentary boxes, radio commentary boxes around the country, and around Europe sometimes, but very occupational hazard. Still 0-0 here at Molineux. We're just coming up to nearly 34 minutes of the first half. First half, really, that's been littered with not too many big opportunities. Just that one, really, for Giroud, really, that just went over the crossbar. Apart from that, there was another chance as well, I think, as well for Neves as well, which skidded up. She hit a low drive which skidded up in front of the goalkeeper. So they've had a chance apiece, but apart from that, it's not really been the free-flowing attacking football piece that we were in a lot of respects hoping for, really, from a neutral point of view. But still, maybe because the first half really hasn't lived up to all expectations, doesn't mean the second half won't. So if things don't improve before half time, I'm still optimistic that the second half will produce much of a better game. But it must affect the players at some point, as Chelsea tried to go forward, but it sounded out by the Wolves defence. But it has going to come a time sometime. Been playing in front of no fans is going to make the enjoyment of the games less more than ever, because when you're a footballer, you dream about playing in front of packed houses. They've got to play in front of empty stadiums, and I don't find that. I know we're in the middle of a pandemic, but it's not. I suggest you go and look at Alex Belfield after the second match tonight, and he'll tell you the exact statistics. Anyway, back to the football. Pulisic has been fouled on the far side, on the edge of the penalty area there by Nelson Semedo. Body check and a bit of an obstruction there. Free kick. And still goalless here as we go towards the last 10 minutes of the first half here at Molineux. Three Chelsea man committee just to the left of the penalty area. 10 yards from the edge of the penalty area here as they look to try and force home the advantage. JB Sports coming to you live from Burnley, and then later we'll be coming from the Etihad Stadium. As the ball is chipped in towards the penalty area, Havertz trying to jump there. Really hasn't set things alight for Chelsea this season, Kai Havertz. I have been a little disappointed, but I suppose some reasons. I mean, he took a lot of top players that came from Europe to England to settle in, and once they settled in, there was no looking back really. So Kai Havertz, I know he's burdened by the price tag and everything else, but he needs time to settle in, I feel. The new man at Chelsea, I really do. Timo Werner seems to have adapted to the English way of life okay. So it's going to take a little while. It's not been a bad first half, but I've seen better as Chelsea go off again looking for a way through. And it's nice to have you back in the chat, Mike. I wasn't sure what Clarence was doing there, taking you off, but there we go. Anyways, he's James playing the ball in, and the ball will break kindly to Fabio Silva. So it'd be a battle of the two Silvers tonight, and if Wolves get a little bit more joy in the final third. Thiago up against his namesake Fabio, who's just taking his gloves off and throwing them over the touchline. Santo with the snood on and a big thick coat on, which really does keep you warm. Oh, that was a bit of a dangerous pass there from Neves, but he's found Semedo okay. Semedo has possession, and again Wolves just being patient, looking to find gaps and play between the lines, and the ball chipped forward again, but at the moment Reece James doing some good defensive work. It's been defenders on top. Meanwhile though, Neves has picked up the loose ball, but N'Golo Kante, as cool as you like, just pinched him there just as he was about to wind up a potential long range shot there. So N'Golo Kante had the presence of mind there to get back there and do a fantastic job. There's the two live matches tonight from the Premier League. The second one at the Etihad Stadium at 8 o'clock. We'll have that on a snubber programme on JB Sports. I'll be hosting the game here from Molineux. Oh, a bit of rough and tumble in the middle of the field. It looked like a body check there from Kai Havertz and Willy Boly there, I have to say. 10 yards from halfway, but still 0-0. Here's Martial into number 8 Neves. Neves plays the ball across. He'll find Connor Cody here. Cody will take it towards the halfway line. Inside the centre circle, Saiz has the ball. Now it's gone to the left hand side. This is Ruben Neves now for Wolves. Still 0-0 as we come up towards final 6 minutes plus stoppage time of the first half here at Molineux. Goalless as things stand. Dendonka has the ball, goes back to Boly. Semedo is there on the hugging the right hand touch line, but he went in field instead, and in the end Chelsea had enough numbers back and have conceded I've got a free kick against given in favour against Daniel Prudence. Still 1-0, still 0-0, sorry, here at the moment. As the ball goes down the left hand side, and again Wolves deal with it okay, but then as soon as I say that, they give the ball away a little bit carelessly and cheaply. Commentator's curse, I think. 39.5 minutes gone, 5.5 to go to half time, plus stoppage time of course. Best of two live commentary matches here on JB Sports. This one and then Man City coming up as we look to keep going with our feast of December football. Here's Mending, is Reece James with the cross there, comes up a defender. It has been, I think you are right there, Mike, it has been a very cagey sort of game, just a one real chance apiece in the first 40 minutes, which is, you look at the teams on paper and you look at the incentive for both sides, it's been a bit of a disappointing stalemate at the moment. But here comes Kante now down the right hand side, and well, let's just hope from a neutral's point of view that the second half is better than the first. It's been very stop start, it's been very timid from both sides. They've cancelled each other out in lots of ways. But wait a minute, as I say, that Pulisic runs into the penalty area, does well, good control, and that's the best we've seen from anybody for attack, from an attack minded way for a good 10 minutes or so. Christian Pulisic showing how the rest of them how the game should be played. Goes past two, cuts in from the right and then does well. Slips but turns away from Neves as if he wasn't existing. Ran out to pitch in the end under pressure from 2 or 3 Wolves players. Which just a little bit of a glimmer of hope there, but they got a corner out of it actually, Chelsea. I'll have to get it back on the quadrant, the line of the quadrant of course, but 41 gone, still 0-0. Wolves has been one of the few games that we've covered, one of the very few games that we've covered in the last 2 or 3 years. Remember Brighton, when he scoreless as that ball comes in, and again, good defending there by Wolves, who were really parking the bus here in this first half. But I have to say, from an attacking viewpoint, both sides have been very timid, certainly in the final third for me, but hopefully the two managers during their half-time interval will give them a bit of a rocket. Certainly the forward players. Defenders have really been on top here in this first half. And that's from a neutral viewpoint. From a defensive viewpoint, it's great, but when you're in neutral turning up to do these games and you think, oh, that looks a good game, then I think the players have put on a very disappointing display. And here's Neves now getting it out, but he can't find Semedo with that pass. It was an awful pass, and it was intercepted rather easily on that left-hand side by Chilwell. He's run about 40 yards of the ball, gets the cross in. Can't find Pulisic in the penalty area, and in the end, Wolves were able to get the ball away there through Saiss. And here he is now. Wolves now looking to try and steal one now as we go into the final 2.5 minutes plus any stoppage time that's going to come our way. Hopefully with a bit of luck, Chris Kavanagh won't add on too long at the end of the first half, so we can all have a lie down for 15 minutes and then get back with the second half, hopefully with a bit more of an enterprising style of play from both sides. It has been very disappointing. I expected better from two sides who like to attack and two managers that really like to play the game the way this should be played. Unfortunately, it hasn't been the case. Chelsea have got the bigger incentive of the two because the win tonight would, a big win tonight, 2-3-4-0 win, would put them top, albeit with Tottenham would have a game in hand over them. Here's Pulisic now, right hand side. Pulisic was crossing a big chance. Oh, he went behind Harris and then Werner on the far side, but the ball comes out to Chilwell, who gets the cross in there, and again 2 Wolves defenders hook it away for a corner with Pulisic lurking at the far post. There's a couple of Chelsea players gone down there. Giroud is the other one that's down on the ground. Maybe Giroud was in there, so too was Pulisic. In fact, they both collided with each other. That's what actually happened. Excuse me. Regardless of which, it's a corner to Chelsea inside the final minute of the first half, and it's Pulisic to take the free kick, and a header off the bar. A header off the bar. I think it was Kurt Zouma, and a free header as well. That's the best chance we've seen thus far. Giroud knocked the rebound wide. Here comes the corner. It was a good corner from Mason Mount. Zouma there, free header. Wolves defending there like statues, and Zouma, as I said, got a free jump and a free header, and it hits the underside of the bar, bounces towards Giroud rather quickly at him, which made the rebound that little bit more tricky for him, and as a result the ball went wide with 20 seconds of normal time to play at the end of the first half. But Zouma's come close, he's hit the crossbar. Still 45 minutes left, Mike. I only have a little faith, but Kurt Zouma there almost putting Chelsea ahead. We've played 45 minutes of the first half, and we're going to have a look at Chris Kavanagh to see how long. No, and in fact we've only played about 8 seconds over, so there was no stoppage time. Well, there wasn't too many stoppages, I suppose, but the game has not really lived up to all expectation. But the best chance there came at the end for Chelsea. Kurt Zouma with a header that bounced off the underside of the bar and bounced away. But apart from that, really a couple of chances for Giroud and one certainly for Ruben Neves, who hit a wicked 25-yard shot which Mendy had to tip round the post. Apart from that, nothing much to write home about here at Molineux. Quite frankly, apart from those 3 chances, it's been really, really dire. Half time here at Molineux. We're going to take a 10-minute break. I need to lie down because that was a very tough first half to get through, but we got through it nonetheless. I'll be back with the second half in about 15, just under 15 minutes from now. But at half time here at Molineux, it's Wolves 0, Chelsea 0, and we'll be back with the second half in about 10-15 minutes time. See you then. Welcome back to Molyneux, where you join us just in time for the second half. We're going to see Otsasawi coming on, I think, for the second half. He's stripped and ready to go. A half-time change from Wolves, who really, both teams I don't think did themselves any justice in the first half. Final third was the game played in the final third. It was a little bit of a stalemate, if honestly I'm being totally honest. But at the moment it's still 0-0 at the moment. I for one can't wait for the second half. It's going to be some second half here as also Otsasawi is coming on in a minute. We'll get confirmation of who he's replaced in just a second or two. It's Leander Dendoncker he's replaced. So Dendoncker has been replaced. And Owen Otsasawi comes on. At the moment, still 0-0 as we get ready for the second half here, folks. Nuno Espirito Santo has just come out. Mike has just said before Wolves kick off, Mike said, what did you think of the handball incident, lads? He reckons it could have been given as Wolves get us underway. We'll just come back to that in a second. Wolves getting us underway, attacking the Jack Hayward stand away to my right. In old gold with dark shorts, Chelsea in blue shorts and white socks. And we're back underway then at Molyneux. And I for one is hoping that the second half is a lot better than what the first half produced, which was really a couple of chances here or there for either side, but really nothing much to really shout out. Really, let's hope the second half really picks up and we see a little bit more outstanding football from these two sides. Here's Mount now trying to turn on the left hand side. It comes to the cross. Chilwell gets the cross in. It's knocked half away. Reece James tries the shot right footed. Probably just hit it with his right shin rather than his foot. And it blooms over the top of the crossbar into the stand away to my left hand side. A big two-tiered stand which is completely deserted and zoomed over the bar and behind for a goal kick to Chelsea. Right, let's go back to Mike's comment. What did you make of the handball incident? He thinks he could have been given. I think it would have been hard. I still believe it would have been extremely harsh to have given it, purely and simply because he was being held back by Olivier Giroud. So I think that's the crux of the whole debate. I honestly think that was the case. So there we go. We'll double check the size for you in a second. We'll go through Chelsea's. That's Mendy in goal. It's unchanged from the first half. Essentially, James Zuma, Thiago, and Chilwell the back four. Midfield, Havertz, Kanté, and Mount up front. Werner, Giroud, and Pulisic. We'll recheck Wolves' side in a second. Here's a chance now for Bernard getting the ball back. Getting good defending again, and a chance now for Wolves to come charging forward. And that was Otsasawi trying to get the ball away. He wears number 54. He replaced Leandro Dendoncker at half time, and now here come Wolves again. Looking to get going on this far side with Saiz. Another ball back. Thanks for that, Mike. Anyway, here's Willy Bowie, and here's number 22 Nelson Semedo, who showed some very good touches in the first half, I thought, but without really threatening too much to the game. Here's Neto getting possession. The ball's over on the far side, but can't be kept in. Reece James will take the throw for Chelsea. Referee Stuart Atwell from Manchester. Let me just run through the sides. In fact, it's a free kick to Wolves, actually, to a challenge from behind. I think it was Kai Havertz. So a free kick just inside the Wolves half, which Neto is going to take here over on the far side. How we could do with a goal to liven this game up. It's not been a classic. Let's put it this way. Here comes Neto with the free kick into the penalty area. Header one. It'll come here to Fabio Silva. Fabio chips the ball back, and it's a disappointing cross in the end by the young lad who's just come for something like £35 million in the summer. Of course, no Raul Jimenez because of the sad injury he sustained at Arsenal a couple of weeks ago. And we all at JB Sports and every commentator and every contributor, I'm sure, will echo our sympathies that we wish Raul Jimenez a very speedy recovery. Here's Reece. Oh, the chance there, and a great save as it is. He's gone over the line. Referee's checking his watch, and the goal is given. The goal is given for Chelsea. They go one up, and it was a volley, I think, from Giroud. Went through Patricio. He tried to fish the ball away from the line, but he couldn't succeed. The ball clearly crossed the line. The referee's watch. There's the volley, and yes, it's clearly over the line. There wasn't much doubt about it. Goal line technology will obviously confirm that. It was a lovely crossfield ball here by Reece James. They'll be checking for offside, but I think as the initial ball was played from James to Werner, Werner looked level to me. And then the second play there was the cross from Chilwell, and a terrific volley. But Rui Patricio there should be saving that for me. That's gone right under his arms. And for me, that's over the line. Let's have a look at Hawkeye. Let's see what that says. And as I can see, yeah, it's a couple of inches over the line. And the goal was perfectly legal. And the watch and the goal line technology were 100% correct. Chelsea lead by a goal to nil. And Olivier Giroud, who's found starts in the Premier League very hard to come by, scored 4 in the Europa League game the other week. Well, he's up and running now, but here's Werner from the kickoff as Wolves give it away and almost went right through the defence. But a great moment for Olivier Giroud. That'll give Frank Lampard a little bit of food for thought as regards him for selection. So that's a big feather in Olivier Giroud's cap. Hi JB, says New Caton. Can't listen to your amazing commentary today because I'm busy. Understandably so. I just wanted to say, oh, well, hello to you, New Caton. Hope you can rejoin us when Russ is commentating a little bit later on, because we've got a Manchester City and West Bromwich Albion for you at 5 to 8. Once this stream ends, we'll give you 5 minutes to get a cup of tea or a soft drink or whatever your tipple is. But if you're under 18, don't go and get if you're under 16 or 17, don't get a beer. Get a soft drink. That's for sure. But yeah, get yourself a cup of tea or Darjeeling or hot chocolate, something to warm your cockles up on a cold night like this. And here's Reece James trying another speculative right-footed shot and over the top crossbar there from Reece James. Mike says definite goal from Chelsea. It was a definite goal. I don't think there's much doubt about that. I mean, the goalkeeper should be blamed for that because he had it in his grasp, lost it. I mean, it was hit with some ferocity, the volley, but no, it's got to go down as a goalkeeping error. Take nothing away from Olivier Giroud. I mean, it's a great moment for him. A real feather in his cap. A nice way to break your duck in the Premier League, I suppose, but sometimes you need that little bit of luck. Giroud is a very good finisher, and we've seen it down the years. Here come Wolves now charging forward with Ruben Neves. How they need some magic from him, but not with passes like that. I think he was trying to look for Otazui, and he couldn't be found. So more problems for Nuno Santo. They started the night 13th with 17 points. They could have gone up tonight with a win tonight. Could still do it. Could still turn it around. But Chelsea will move to 25 points, but they still have a slightly inferior goal difference at the moment to what Spurs have got at the moment. We'll check the stats in a second or two when we get a breaking play, because on the Amazon hub you can actually have live stats in place, so we'll bring you some live stats for you. Shots on target stats that's just come up on my screen. Wolves have had 2 shots on target, amazingly. Chelsea the 1, that was the goal scored by Giroud. And how Mike and Arsenal could have done with Giroud on Sunday night when they took on Burnley, because Giroud was a really good striker for Arsenal, and I think that some Arsenal fans will be very, very disappointed now would love to have him back at the club. Real aberration. I think it was Wenger who sold him. I might be wrong. It was neither Wenger or Henry who sold him, and I think that was a very big mistake, because Giroud, as we've seen so many times in big games for Chelsea, is a goal scorer. There's no doubt about that. Even in the small games or the big games, he can score goals. Did that in his early career in France when he was scoring left, right and centre in Ligue 1. And he's just scored another goal. A bit fortuitous to the volleyed goal, but Chelsea have been just as much on the better side and deserve that little bit of luck. Here's James on the far side. They are looking a better side now, and they are looking very good. Wenger sold him, I thought he did. Here's Havertz with a header, and he'll come to Werner on the far post. Werner will try and keep that alive. He will. He did well, actually, the Chelsea striker. Here's Havertz trying to go forward, and here comes Fabio Silva. Needs to get further forward. The main striker, Prudence. Good ball by him. Into the path of Ruben Neves. They need Neves on the ball a bit more, I feel. This is Neto for Wolves. Neto now, not afraid to run it. Oh, comes the ball back and a chance for Silva, and it's 1-1. Silva has equalised. Or has he? Offside. Tapped in from 6 yards there, Silva, but I think the flag must have gone up for offside. Have a look on replay again. It was a lovely move from Wolves. The best of it with Syndrome in the second half. And yes, no doubt about it, offside. The linesman... linesman James Mannering, and then he said Captain Mannering, rightly flagged that offside, and well, it wasn't a question of don't tell him Pike, it was a question of don't tell him Silver. But it's been disallowed, and it's 1-0 to Chelsea still. Goal for Fabio Silva, quite rightly disallowed. Probably about a couple of yards offside, if more. There's a Chelsea player clattered to the ground over on the far side. It's Christian Pulisic, the American. As we go past the 10-minute mark of the second half, Chelsea leading by a goal to nil. A goal from Olivier Giroud volley from 6 yards, and it went through Patricio's arms and over the line before he could fish the ball away to safety. And referee Stuart Atwell kept the goal on advice of goal line technology. Now that's an invention that's sort of worked really well, apart from one moment at Villa Park last season, which didn't work too well. Now Wolves are going to respond here. Adama Traore might be about to come on shortly. He's getting ready to warm up along with a couple of other substitutes for Wolves. And here's Semedo on the break. Neto on the near side as well, the right hand side. Neves pulls out a lovely it's a crossfield pass towards the left hand side. Still 1-0 to Chelsea if you're just joining us. Prudence now plays it in to Otasawi, and now a chance here for Neto to run at his up to an all-comers, but again, good defence this time from Mason Mount. He's really grown up as a footballer in the last 12 months, Mason Mount. He was a good player for Derby County when Lampard was there, when they got him on loan for the season derby. But really, since he's gone back to Chelsea and when Frank has taken over the job at Stamford Bridge, he's really done well. Mason Mount looks a really accomplished player. Now then, Semedo with the cross. It's a disappointing one, and Thiago had all the time in the world to hook it out for a throw-in midway inside the Chelsea half to Wolves on the near side. Still remains 1-0 if you've just joined us here on JB Sports. Later on we've got Russ Vernon, who's finished putting together his final preparations for the game tonight. So you're going to give you value on JB Sports. You're not going to get one game, you're going to get two of the games. A double header of the game. Well, Leeds tomorrow night. Russ will not be tuning in for us because he usually watches Leeds with his dad, as I know. But we're going to have our first look at Leeds at Ellen Road, and then hopefully on Thursday we'll have Sheffield United against Manchester United. That'll be another one of our live games as well. So plenty of good midweek football coming your way on JB Sports in the next couple of nights or so, as we're beefing up our commentary schedule over Christmas. Of course, Trevor Sports, of course, needs your subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you keep plugging his channel. His sports night will be on tomorrow evening when we're finished at Leeds, and I'm going to be doing the virtual commentary of Liverpool Tottenham. That's the main virtual game on Sports Night tonight, plus all the other goals from the other virtual rounders. It's like the same fixtures but virtually, if you like. One ball laid in there, but it's knocked away again, and the men on all goal can come cantering forward, but it's going to be picked up by Kurt Zuma, who will just take his time, find Thiago Silva. Still 1-0 to Chelsea. The goal early in the second half from Olivier Giroud, coming to the side tonight, and has really took his chance and made it count. Don't forget, in a couple of minutes time we'll have voting starting for the JB Man of the Match, name of the player, and then you hashtag it with JBMLTM. We've got 2 of them tonight, one for this game and one for the other game. So get your thinking caps on as regards to the voting, as Chelsea now comes charging forward with Pulisic back to Reece James from Kante's pass, and then back to Kante once more. The ball going backwards from Chelsea, but they're in very complete control of the game here. Wolves really suffering at the moment. Lost a couple of their best players. They've no Martinho because of his petulance against Aston Villa on Saturday. So it's always going to be a tall order, really. As Pulisic now runs down the right hand side, tries to play a low ball into the penalty area, but it's knocked away once more. Still 1-0 to Chelsea, just joined us late, and the ball played into Pulisic, who's onside. A little cross back in there towards Giroud, and he almost found Mason Mount inside the penalty area, and Wolves just about getting away. Good strength there shown on the near side by Otasawi, and then, well, that was a little bit cynical there from Mason Mount. He'll pick up a yellow card from referee Atwell for that. Don't think there's much doubt about that. But when he dispossessed him here, Artazawi, that was good strength, good control. But Mount knew exactly what he was going to try and do. Just take a booking for the team. I think he knew exactly what he was doing. He's accepted his yellow card with very good grace indeed. And we're going to see another substitution here. No, it's not going to be Fabio's night. But Adama Traore, this man I've seen many times last season covering Wolves. No goals yet in 12 appearances, but he has created 14 chances. How he could do with a goal here in the next half an hour, and that would really set his season alight. As Wolves come striding forward, they're just suffering a little bit. Oh dear, that looked a bit of a collision there. There was 2 players down there. One was Ben Chilwell, the other one was Nelson Semedo. Chilwell is on the ground. Semedo's got up on his feet. There was a little bit of a collision here. Let's have a look who it was. Well, Chilwell went into Semedo. Semedo took the full brunt of it. In fact, Semedo was accused there of being obstructive towards Chilwell. I would have just given a drop ball for that, but I'm not reffing it. But at the moment, Chelsea looking like going joint top, although they'll have an inferior goal difference at the moment for Tottenham. 61.5 minutes gone. The voting for man in the match is now started. Name of the player, please, and then hashtag it with JBMLTM. You've got 2 chances to vote for tonight. You've got this one as well, plus later on between Manchester City and West Brom, and you'd fancy City being hot favourites, considering they beat Burnley 5-0 and Fulham 2-0 in their last 2 home games. So you have to make City favourites. West Brom really have struggled this season to get points on the board, but they really do need 3 tonight. But you would have to say they've got Bobo Ponoa, but stranger things have happened in football, as certain Jimmy Greaves used to say. It's a funny old game. Anyway, free kick to Wolves. Conor Cody will send it in just shy of the halfway line. In fact, right on halfway on the near side. And the ball was in there. There's a little bit of a trip there. The referee says no penalty. I think Bolly was the man who'd gone down. There was a clash of bodies, and then Bolly gone down. I think he was looking for a penalty. The referee wasn't 100% interested there, which tells you a telltale sign that there was never going to be a penalty given in a month of Sundays. Now Atama takes it on the halfway line, and outside the centre circle, finds his fellow substitute who came on at the start of the second half, Otasui. Now there's another player going down here, and it's Adama Traore. This could be bad news for Wolves. He's just literally come on this last 2 minutes, and it would be a huge blow if they lost him, having just gun him on the field for this. Yeah, it was a collision with Giroud. In fact, he's taken Giroud's taken him out there. A bit of a nasty kick on the back of the shin here. Oof. And Adama just jars his foot. Not seen the physio come on the field as yet. But they ought to here. This looks very serious indeed. Adama, in fact, in fairness to him, is picking himself up here. And well, what does Nuno do here now? He's brought on his ace, and his ace has got injured at the moment, but you never know. Maybe one of the youngsters could be a Wolves hero tonight. You never know. Giroud with a free kick then. Neves with a free kick now for Wolves. And he swings it in towards the penalty area, but it's nodded behind for a Wolves corner. Off the defender, it was Kai Havertz getting back there, doing some good defensive work there. Traore does not look well with Adama Traore, sadly. And why aren't the physios on giving him treatment? Why aren't the physios coming on? 64 minutes gone. Wolves 0, Chelsea 1. Here comes the corner into the penalty area, knocked away once more. Comes to Neves there, and it comes to number 5 Martial, and now a chance here now for Prudence now to run at his man, and the ball might break here for Neto. Neto now needs to have a good cross and a chance for Bowie inside the 6-yard area, and he's flipped it over the crossbar. A big chance there for Wolves. I think there might have been a deflection of a defender as he went in to shoot then. And there was the ball coming in. I'm not sure if the defender got a touch on here. Well, if he did, he was lucky to get away with it. It is a Wolves corner. Once he got the last touch, comes in from the short corner, headed away by Reece James at the near post, and then Thiago heads another attempted high ball into the penalty area. Ball breaks to the far side, and here's a chance now for Wolves. Shot comes in, and a brilliant goal! A brilliant goal! 1-1. A brilliant goal from Daniel Prudence. I said at the start he's a big game player, and he certainly produced it there when Wolves needed him most. Mendy beaten, didn't have a hope. He's frustrated with himself, but he didn't really have a chance. Chelsea made an absolute holics of clearing it away. Silva's header away wasn't good enough. The ball broke kindly here to Prudence. He took on 2 Chelsea defenders and beats the goalkeeper. May have crept in at Mendy's left-hand post here. No, she's his near side. Good right-footed shot. Well, I don't think the goalkeeper should get beat there and there, to be quite honest with you. Looking at it again on the slow-mo, he gets a glove on it as well. And he was criticised for blundering on the penalty which Shepperton got and scored from on Saturday, which cost Chelsea 3 points. Now at the moment they could be only heading away with 1. And Mike's right, the goal has been coming for at least 3 or 4 minutes, but that good news from Prudence has been, I'm afraid, mixed with a little bit of sad news, because Adama Traore does not look good at all. Now, why weren't the physios on at the beginning, I will not know, and only they will be able to tell us. But that good piece of good news has been probably cancelled out by some bad news at the moment. But well, Frank Lampard's men will be annoyed. This was the well, controversy there, perhaps because it comes off Willy Bowie. That's what happens. So maybe Frank Lampard may have an entitlement to feel a little bit aggrieved by that, but it's marginal decisions though, like that sometimes go for you and sometimes will go against you, and it went for Wolves on that particular occasion. But having said that, Chelsea should have really defended that corner better than what they did, and I don't think there's much in the way of sort of arguments with that. So we're back in the melting pot. It's 1-1 here, and let's just go to the statistics now. Possession, Chelsea bossing it 57-43, 9 shots apiece. Shots on target, Wolves in fact have had 3 shots to Chelsea's 1. Passes 294 to 318 Chelsea's favour. Chelsea bossing it by 8% on the pass accuracy, 88% to 80%. I'll tell you the other statistics in a second. Let's have a look at some of the other statistics as well. Tackles 12 to Wolves, 6 to Chelsea. Clearances 22 for Wolves, 18 Chelsea. Corners 4 apiece. Fouls, Wolves have had 6 fouls. Chelsea have committed 8. No red cards and the 1 yellow card as well. thus far, and looking at the average goal scored, 0.92 for Wolves. That is an interesting statistic, considering they were very, very good going forward last season. Of course, they've lost Diego Jota, which has been a big loss to them. But Traore's backing up on his feet, and he's on the ball immediately here. So he must have recovered from that jar knee. The magic sponge must have absolutely done the trick. As Wolves now go in search of another goal here with Daniel Prudence on the far side. That's the statistics at the moment as we close the X-ray statistics, and here comes another chance now for Wolves. Prudence gets it on the edge of the area. Semedo's close at hand. Semedo, though, in fairness, loses possession and the ball is hoisted away. Now Willy Boly takes it on halfway, feeds it nicely to Ruben Neves and cushioned it down nicely. Still 1-1 if you've just joined us. We're coming up towards the last 20 minutes. Man of the match. Don't forget the voting for man of the match. Name of the player, and then you hashtag it with JBMLTM. That's what you've got to do. So please, in the next 20 minutes, get voting for man of the match. Please, please, please get voting for man of the match. And Daniel Prudence is Russ's choice for man of the match. At least he won't have to pick a man of the match in the second match because he's going to be the commentator. But I'll certainly will in the second match because I'm presenting and I've got no involvement in the game. I'm just linking it together, and of course I'll be bringing interviews from this one as well, as Nuno Santo complains about another decision here from the referee. Mike makes a very good point here. One shot on target for Daniel Prudence in the game, and he scored with it. Signs of a very good striker being kept largely quiet, and then he tucks away the chance. Well, it was a good finish, and we've got another Wolves player down on the ground. It's not Adama Traore, I have to tell you. I can't tell who it is. Number is towards the back, and I can't really tell who it might be. But just to remind you, coming up in around about what we're on now, and around about 25-30 minutes time, we will have commentary of Manchester City versus West Brom, and then tomorrow night we're going to be doing Leeds versus Newcastle, 6 o'clock kick-off, remember, and then we'll be all going over to Trevor Sports for the virtual sports night for that. And then on Thursday night at 7:45 kick-off, 8 o'clock, we'll have the game between Sheffield. At 5 to 8 we'll have the game between Sheffield United and Manchester United from Bramall Lane. That's going to be our live match as well. So plenty of football to look forward to here on JB Sports, and of course on Trevor's channel as well, virtually, in the coming days and weeks. But that's the situation at the moment. Here's Thiago Silva. Kai Havertz has just gone off for Chelsea, incidentally, and Kovacic has replaced him as Frank Lampard looks to get some fresh legs up front to try and see if they can nick this game from the jaws of defeat. Here's Reece James with a crossing towards the penalty area. Werner's free on that side, but can't control it, and he knows it was a chance. Tammy Abraham has also come on as well for Chelsea. I didn't see who he replaced because I was too busy really watching the chance here for Timo Werner. Completely missed everybody, and Werner's first touch was absolutely appallingly bad. If someone can enlighten me who Tammy Abraham's replaced, please, I'd be very, very grateful, because I was not watching the scoreboard. I was obviously naturally watching the path of the ball. I would assume it's I'm assuming it's Giroud that's come off. Yeah, I thought it was. That was my conclusion, but I wanted to be sure. Anyway, here come Wolves. Adama Traore doesn't seem to show any of the after effects of that injury he picked up a few moments ago. We've got about 17 minutes plus stoppage time to play here at Molineux, and it's firmly in the balance here. We keep up our very good record of only one goalless game out of the, I think, about 12 or 13 games that we've covered so far this season in all competitions. The ball played in there by Giroud to the penalty area. There's a Chelsea player goes down. Referee Johnny on the spot says no penalty, and without a shadow of doubt VAR will check it. Foul by Traore on halfway. Free kick to Chelsea. Thiago Silva, the man that was tripped. Now will VAR look at this? And they must have done, because the play's going on, so there was clearly no penalty there. And that's a good ball round the corner, down the left-hand side. It's Giroud now running towards the area, cuts in from the left-hand side, and he goes down. And again, the referee, well positioned, well placed, knew straight away what to do. Wave it away. Never a penalty. Wolves defender got the ball, as far as I could see, very cleanly. And the referee is blown up for an infringement. Free kick to Wolves. 73.5 minutes gone then at Molineux, and things just starting to liven up a touch here in this game. Don't forget you've got just over a quarter of an hour to vote for the man of the match. Russ has set the standard. That's what you've got to do. So Pulisic has now gone to the left, and well, if the first half was pretty gauging, a bit dull at times, I don't think this second half has been dull at all. It's been very lively, full of real non-stop incident. 2 extraordinary goals, terrific finish, and a bit of a fortunate one from Giroud, but he had that luck because he hit it with so much ferocity that it went through the goalkeeper's hands. But Patricio will be a relief man. Meanwhile, Tammy Abraham has won a free kick here for Chelsea, about 25 yards right of centre from goal. So this is where Otasui's inexperience will come into it here. Yeah, clearly tags Tammy Abraham there, and it definitely is a free kick for Chelsea in a very promising position. Manchester City coming up in a minute as well. Mike concurring with me that it wasn't a penalty. Remember, Russ will be a man in the box in just over half an hour's time, and I'm sure you'll have some team news to share with you as well. And the free kick will be taken here by, will it be Pulisic or Reece James? Looks like Reece James right-footed. It is Reece James right-footed, but it's straight down the goalkeeper's throat, and a comfortable save there for Rui Patricio, the Portuguese international goalkeeper. Basel experienced goalkeeper now, into his 30s. Shots at goal, 9 now to Wolves, 10 to Chelsea. As the shot count now continues to rise. Traore has it on the near side, plays it to Semedo. Semedo trying to heel it back to Traore, but a little bit of afters here. A little bit of afters involving. Oh, Daniel Prudence, don't get involved. Ben Chilwell involved. The referee wants words, I think. He's going to book Prudence for violent conduct. One can understand Prudence's frustration and objection to the time wasting that was clearly being done there by Ben Chilwell, but no amount of frustration gets you anywhere, really. And as we saw with the incident with Xhaka the other night, it's player. I mean, there's. It does get emotional, these players, but Prudence showing that he cared a little bit, maybe a little bit over the top there. Just let his feet do the talking. He's a really good player, and here he is now on the ball now. Needs to show his feet doing the talking, and that's a good ball in there. Semedo's charged in, a chance here for Wolves, and Semedo and Traore the shot, and then Traore again, and oh my word, it was blocked away then, and a real opportunity went begging. Wolves still have it deep inside Chelsea's half. If you're going to pick a winner now, you probably go for Wolves. The way that they're going at Chelsea now since the equaliser. So for the last 10-15 minutes, it's all been Wolves here. They're laying siege to that Chelsea goal. And Chelsea are hanging on a little bit here. Chilwell could have seen a red. Yeah, there was a bit of that. I mean, both could have easily gone because they were both as guilty as each other. They were both going for an hammer and tongue. But it was almost not a carbon copy of the Giroud incident because Westwood didn't push him or anything like that, but could have been an almost similar incident. And here come Wolves again. Neto has had a super game on this far side, and again he's running at his defenders. He's had a tremendous match, and here he is now taking on Zuma. He has to go backwards now. Can they find a late goal from somewhere? It would be brilliant, but again, if it would, as Wolves again just slow the pace down. Saiz to Ruben Neves. Now Willy Bolly has it on halfway. Is there going to be a late twist in the tail here? With 12 minutes plus stoppage time to go, Traore ran into trouble, and now here come Chelsea again, but they've lost possession, or they've won possession back in fact, and here they go now with Chelsea over the halfway line. Here's Timo Werner. Werner will run at his man, and here is Kovacic. He'll line it up right footed. Kovacic gets a deflection on the shot just to the left of the D there as he struck it, something like 25, maybe a little less than that from goal, and it deflected safely into the goalkeeper's grasp in any case. So it remains 1-1 here at Molineux. After the whistle has gone, we then turn our attentions to events at the City of Manchester Stadium, or the Etihad Stadium as it's now known, from just shy of 8 o'clock, because once we're started on that stream we'll be crossing live to Ross Burning very, very quickly indeed. He's all set and ready to go. He's been watching the teams warm up as I speak. They're 25 minutes away from kick-off there, and as soon as the whistle goes we'll wrap up here, and then we'll come on we'll be off air for about 5 minutes, and then just gives you enough time to get a cup of tea in, and then you're going to watch game number 2, or listen to game number 2. You can watch it with Amazon Prime, but you can also listen to it as on JB Sports, your number one station, your number one YouTube channel for all things audio football. As Wolves now look to go forward here with Ruben Neves. He gets the ball, finds Neto, who's had a magnificent game. Looks like taking on all comers. He's beaten 2, he's beaten 3, he's gone down. Is the referee going to give a penalty here? He thought about a penalty to Wolves. Penalty to Wolves with 10 minutes to go. Drama here at Molineux. Drama here of the highest quality. And Neto was at the heart of all things good. He must have ran from the nearest, from the far side towards the penalty box, something in the region of about 40-50 yards. Reece James takes him out, and it was just inside the penalty area. I don't think there was much doubt about it. BAO would have checked it in any case, and in fact they are checking it, and they're just going to make sure. But as things stand at the moment, Wolves have a penalty kick. They are just going to check whether there was a touch there from Reece James. They're just seeing if James touched him at all. I don't know what you guys think at home. I think there's contact. But the only question mark I would say is, did Neto slip over? I don't think there was any looked at him about 4 or 5 times now. Rewounded and played again. Now he's going to go across now, Stuart Atwell, to look at the monitor down below me here. This is a critical moment in the game. From the naked eye, from real time, it did look a penalty, but when you look at it, slow down, rewind, slow down, rewound, then I'm not really convinced that's a penalty kick, actually, to be fair. And have a look at that again. It would be, well, I think it would be awfully soft, as Mike clearly points out there. I mean, from behind it looks, well, I don't know, it does look as if James, from that opposite end of the ground to where the incident took place, it does look as if James touched him. But then when you look at it from the opposite end, that camera there, then it's, what's he going to give here? Nah, good decision. I think that's the right decision. Penalty chalked off. Neto can complain and be frustrated all he wants, but I think the correct decision was made there by the referee. You can't argue with video technology. Would have been a very soft penalty if that was given. Obviously Wolves will feel very hard done by. I must admit, from the first time I saw it from the naked eye, it did look as if Neto had got the penalty, but when you look at it, rewound and fast forward and slowed down and everything else, it was the right decision. And here comes Tammy Abraham, and across his tinked back there by Ben Chilwell into the area, and then the shot comes in. It might break for Abraham, but it comes very kind for the goalkeeper. Still 1-1 then. We thought there was a penalty for Wolves just a few seconds ago, but the referee said no. And I'm forgetting who I think he's giving it. I'm not sure who he's giving it there. Prudence, I think. Ruben Neves, I think. Is it your choice, Mike? Just remind me again. Here's Adama Traore. Or rather, I should say, this is Neto, sorry. And it was Semedo who played the pass. And here is Neto again. Full of tricks and flicks this man. And here's Adama Traore back to go. And he was out and out of it quite fairly there by 3 Chelsea defenders who ganged upon him like a circle of vultures there waiting for their prey. And here come Wolves again looking for this winning goal. And here they come again. Will it be kept in? No, it won't. So 1 vote each for Neves and 1 vote for Prudence. You've still got a bit of time left to vote for your man in the match. Last 5 minutes possession, 74 Wolves rather, 26 Chelsea. That's in percentages. Man in the match, you've got about 6 minutes to vote. It's 1 each in the vote off between Daniel Prudence and Ruben Neves of Wolves. One of these 2 players gets another vote, and it stays that way when one of these 2 will win. Or do you have a player you want to see? As Neto has the ball forward. Just remember how you vote is this. Name of the player and hashtag JBMOTM. Free kick to Wolves on the near side. And N'Golo Kante, the guilty party, as we go into the final 5.5 minutes here. We're coming to the end here at Molineux, but we'll only but that's not going to be the end of our commentary coverage tonight, because later on at 7:55 we'll have live commentary with Ross Vernon of Manchester City against West Bromwich Albion coming up for you after this game, as Neves takes the 3 kick. It's just too much whip on it and missed everybody, and Tommy Abraham can get it away on the far side, but then he loses possession here. The Wolves have just pinned Chelsea in at the moment, and I have to say, Artasoi, though he's conceded a free kick there, he has looked very lively in this second half, a half-time substitute. And, well, plenty of food for thought there, and, well, Wolves look like, at the moment, as things stand, doing Tottenham Hotspur a very big favour here. Spurs, of course, play tomorrow at Anfield in the big one, 8 o'clock against Liverpool. What a big one that's going to be for everybody, as Kovacic was down again. Mike says he's got a show to do on the radio, but he'll be back to listen to Russ's game later on. And what a game that promises to be. So we've got 4 minutes from the end of the game here at Molineux. Are we going to see a little late twist in the tail maybe here at the end? But we'll soon find out. Here's Neto on the right hand side, looking to pass to his opposite number, N'Golo Kante, the 2 number 7s there, getting a good tackle in, and then Werner bringing down his man, and Neto getting on with it quickly, maybe almost too quickly. Traore then loses possession rather cheaply there, I thought. Otasui keeps going, and here comes the ball up towards Neves, but he's lost possession, and here come Chelsea now. It's 1 goal now, surely we'll win it. Kovacic going forward. And here's Pulisic getting it out to Reece James on the far side. James now, plenty of time on his hands. Kovacic now has possession, midway inside the Wolves half. Now Ben Chilwell looking to dig out a good cross, and it is a good cross, but the Wolves get back and defend really, really well. Got the headers in very, very well. Now here comes Neto again. Nuno Santo trying to wave everybody forward here. Neto keeps possession, wins a throw-in midway inside the Chelsea half. We're 3 minutes plus stoppage time away from the end of the game here at Molineux. And what a game it has been. It's been a very good watch for everybody here listening at home or watching this game at home on Prime Video. Don't forget, it's on December the 18th, Jeremy Clarkson, James May, Richard Hammond are all back with the Grand Tour, another special, and they're on the hunt for something, I think. That's how it is. And if you haven't checked out the Grand Tour's official website, they actually have a go at football commentary. It's also on my Twitter account, and the Twitter label is at Stutzy83. So we've got about 2 minutes to vote on the man of the match. It looks as if we're going to have a time man of the match between Daniel Prudence and Ruben Neves, who both impressed. But Neto has certainly deserved a mention from me, really. Anyway, here's Timo Werner now for Chelsea. Played inside again. Oh, that's a foul. Definite foul there on Pulisic by Conor Cody. Free kick to Chelsea. Kante takes it, gets on with it, gets it out to the left hand side. Here's Timo Werner. Werner now looking for all comers, and this one will go to Chilwell. That's the first poor cross I think I've seen him put in the entire evening. 90 seconds just under to go. Looks like we're going to have a shared award per man of the match, unless one of these two players vote. Now, if anyone else is listening, we've got a tie at the moment for man of the match between Daniel Prudence and Ruben Neves. So if one of you guys vote for one of those two, they get the man of the match award. So all the pressure on Daniel Prudence. In fact, he's the television man of the match. So what I might do is just have a little bit of a casting vote. If Daniel Prudence is the television man in the match, if it's still a draw, then I think we'll give Ruben Neves our man in the match, and then they've both got a man in the match award each. So I think that's a fair compromise, really, at the end of it. Daniel Prudence, in fact, has been substituted for Wolves, and Wifana has come on, another young lad, to replace him. So we've got about 30 seconds to go, and if it's still level, we'll give the man in the match award to Ruben Neves, and I think that's just about fair game. Here's the ball played in there once more, but Wolves deal with it okay. 15 seconds left to play, and here come Wolves again, looking for this winning goal. And they thought they had a penalty about 7 or 8 minutes ago, but VAR quite rightly chucked it off to Michael Oliver and Stuart Atwell working as a team there. That was the other good point. 5 other minutes at the end of the game, so a little bit longer. We've got Billy Bowie down with possible cramp. Just to remind you now, the man of the match vote is now closed, and we're going to give it to Ruben Neves. As Daniel Prudence has got the television man of the match, I think we'll give the man of the match, even though it's a draw, we'll give it to Ruben Neves as well. So a little bit of fairness done there for both players there. One's got the television vote, one gets the radio vote, and everyone's happy then, aren't they? We always try to come to compromise on JB Sports. Willie Boyd, I'm not sure if it's cramp or maybe just like a sort of a fine strain here. Don't forget, in a few minutes' time we'll be going live to the Etihad Stadium for the second of our 2 live commentaries, and half time during the Manchester City game I will bring you the interviews from this game tonight down at Molineux. That will be my job whilst Russ is calling the first half up at Manchester. That's well, the more I see that, never a penalty, but it was a terrific. But what I will say is that the run from Neto, he went inside from the left-hand flank, and he must have run about 50-60 yards. And at least they're having a bit of a laugh and a joke about it. After all that, we're still waiting to get back underway here. Willie Bowie still receiving treatment. In fact, they're still waiting to get. This is a little bit of a blow. Willie Bowie, I'm pleased to report, he's on his feet and he's going to walk to the touchline. Well, they'll have treatment on the touchline. So we've had 2 minutes of the fight, but I think those 2 minutes will be rescinded towards the end. So we're probably looking at 7 minutes at the end of this one, to be quite honest with you. So we're now 2 minutes into 5, potentially 5, but it might be a little longer than that. So let's see what happens as Wolves and Chelsea are drawing 1 each. Don't forget, in around about 5 minutes we'll be going live again with a second live video, a second live stream, and we'll be coming from the Etihad Stadium tonight. The programme will be presented right here at Molineux, as I'll be trying to get some interviews whilst I'm off the air. When Russ is on the air, we'll be recording some interviews for you guys to play, for you guys to listen to at half time. That'll be our half time sequence sorted out for you. But at the moment it's still 1-1 here at Molineux, and there's about 2 minutes potentially of the 5, but I think there might be a bit more time added on for the Bolly injury. But anyway, here's Neto, far side. Can he keep the ball in? He's done well to keep that in on the right hand side, and he wants to try and dig out a little bit of room for a cross. Gets it infield now to number 54, Otasawi, who's had a good game. Neves to the far side, plenty inside Old Gold for Old Gold, but easy goalkeeping there for Mendy. Do really well. Will probably be questioned, should he have been beaten at the near post by Prudence on the equaliser. Well, there will be questions asked by a number of Chelsea supporters. Yellow card incidentally for one of the Wolves players. It's Nelson Semedo who's taken one, if you like, for the team. Professional foul on Christian Pulisic midway inside the just inside the Wolves half. So we're due to play another minute, but I think we might be playing a little bit over 5 minutes at the end there. And here comes the free kick now from Chelsea at the end of what's been a very good second half. The first half really didn't live up to all expectations, but the second half really did. Two magnificent volleys, two magnificent goals, and a bit of a penalty talking point, but well, we're due to have another 40 seconds more. Here's Chilwell now, 1 goal chance now for Chelsea. The ball deflects very kindly for Wolves, as it turns out. Good cross from the left that caused a lot of problems, and here comes Neto again. Adoma wants it on the far side, but Neto's going to run out. Neto shoots, and he's found the corner! Brilliant goal! Neto is winning for Wolves, and they're going to move up to 9th place tonight. They look dead and buried at 1-0 down. Frank Lampard's side have blown it again, just like they did against Everton, and Neto has certainly been the player of the second half for me. Well, we may have given Ruben Neves the man of the match award tonight, but Neto on another day would have run them close. Chelsea had a chance themselves, but this is what Wolves are good at best. The counter-attack, and Neto gets it here. There's only one defender back, remember. This is Kurt Zouma, and he absolutely obliterates him for pace, and then an unerring finish with his left foot right across Mendy, who's got no chance, and it's right into the right-hand corner. It's as good as you can get it in there. And that might be the last kick of the game, because we're over the 5 minutes. There might be a little bit more time for stoppages, but that's another damaging result for Frank Lampard's men. And it'll be interesting to see when we conduct the post-match interviews a little later on, for you to listen back to at half time in the Man City game, just how aggrieved he feels. But he's had a good game and deserves that, really. His work rate, his industry. You know, he's made some excellent long distance runs up and down the field. And we're into the 6th minute of stoppage time here. And what a finish to this game it has been. And what a moment that was for young Neto. Great performer. He's had a great second half. Chelsea now, what they got left in the tank? They'll have another at least 30 seconds for the Bolly injury. As the ball is knocked away again, Traore will chase. And the ball is hooked back into the Chelsea half. This is not going to suit Chelsea at all. Silva, referee up, he's checking his watch in a second. I'm making another 20 seconds maybe, and then the whistle will go. Referee checking his watch first time. I've seen him checking the watch a second time. Here's Pulisic for Chelsea. This could be a big result for Wolves. It will take them on to 20 points and into the top half of the table if they can hold on. Semedo has conceded a corner. Now he's gone down. Will there be time for this Chelsea corner? Looks as if there will be, because Mendy has come forward. So this really will be the last chance here. As soon as we're finished here, we'll be heading off for a second or two, and then we'll be coming back with Russ Vernon after that. But here at Molineux, it's the men from Stamford Bridge come charging forward, and the referee has given another corner. We're still playing on. We've had 7.5 minutes of stoppage time. Can Chelsea save it? Wouldn't it be a great moment if Mendy could equalise here? The ball into the penalty area. Mendy going for it, and it's knocked away again. It comes to number 21, Chilwell. Gets the ball into the penalty area. Wolves get it away, but not very far. Now then, Vitana concedes another throw-in level with the edge in the area on the left-hand side. Pulisic has possession, finds Reece James. James plays it into the penalty area. Header goes in from Tammy Abraham, but it's knocked away once more. Surely Wolves must hang on in there now. They get possession, and surely that must be it now. Referee's playing on, and Neto now surely will wisely take it to the corner and bring about a famous victory here for Wolves. But Neto might go alone. He's going bold. Neto! Oh, he almost scored another magnificent goal. And the whistle has gone. Oh, what a finish. And Neto showing passion in his celebration there. Tremendous performance from Wolves. They trailed to a goal at the start of the second half from Olivier Giroud. A mistake from the goalkeeper. Then the equaliser from Daniel Prudence to made it 1-1. Questions will be asked to the goalkeeper, and then right at the end we had 7 minutes of stoppage time, and amongst all that drama, a brilliant goal from Neto, hitting the ball across the goal, and Neto consoling Targos over there, and they swapped shirts at the end of what was a fantastic game. Two damaging defeats in 4 days for Frank Lampard's men. It's finished here, Wolves 2, Chelsea 1. Right, we're going to leave you for a couple of minutes, but we'll be back with Manchester City against West Brom in a couple of minutes.